Good evening and welcome to True Encounters. I'm your host, Marvin Allen. Like I said, give you another encounter. And without further ado, let's get started. One night, this guy named Chris said he was driving home one day after work. Now, mind you, said it was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. He said while he was driving, he had came, to this bridge. And coming across this bridge, it's like a little small stream, that runs under it. He said, so as he's coming across this bridge, he noticed something, on the right side of the road down in the ravine with a little stream running at. He said that out the corner of his eye, he seen something run diagonally across the stream and then under the little small bridge. So he said he stops his car, get out. He looks over there. He don't see nothing. He said, so he walks on the other side and he stands there. He said, so while he's standing there, he said he could see this bipedal creature walks out on 2 legs underneath of that bridge into the stream, and it started walking. Now, mind you, he watching this thing, but this thing don't see him. This thing walking down the stream, it's just walking bipedal. He said this thing was an upright canine because it had the head of a dog. He said he could see the back of this thing. He said this thing had a tail, it had the bent back legs. He said this thing had extremely long arms with hands. He said, but this thing walked funny, like with a slope walk. He said, while this thing walking, he watching this thing. He watching this thing, and this thing walking. He said, then this thing bears off to the right, like it's heading, towards the tree line. He said, so when this thing walking to the right hand toward the tree line, said this thing stopped. He said this thing stopped, tilted his head up and started sniffing. Turned a little bit to the left, sniffing. To the right, sniffing. And it just stood there for a few. Then this thing turned around slowly, looked up towards the bridge. He said he ducked down. He ducked down because he didn't want this creature to see him. So he eased up, peeped over, looked down. He don't see the creature now. He don't know where it went at. So he's standing there looking. So while he's standing there looking, he can hear footsteps coming up through the tree line, coming up the little small ravine, like coming up towards the bridge. He said, so he looks over there in that direction. He said he could see something, a dark shadow, moving in and out of the tree line, coming up towards the top of that bridge. He said, but while he was up there watching this thing, he said about, several cars had drove down and drove past. So he watching this creature, but this creature didn't move. Cars go past. He said once the cars went past, said this creature stepped up out of the tree line and came up on that bridge. And when it came up on that bridge, it faced him. And it looked dead at him. And it started walking in this direction. When it walked in this direction, he said he started to back up. Started to back up and go over towards his car on the other side. So go over on the other side of his car, and he's standing at the passenger side trying to get in, not knowing that part of the door is locked. So now he got to walk around the other side. He got his back turned. So this thing's still walking on that side where he was at. When he get over there to the side where his door was, the driver's side door, he opens in the door. And he stands right there in the doorway watching this creature. That's when he noticed a car coming from northbound, coming up towards them. He said, and when this car was coming up towards them, he said this creature leaped over on the other side and landed down in that little stream. And when that car came up there and got there, it stopped right there. And when it got out the car, asked the guy, he said, what the hell was that? He said, man, your guess is good as mine. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it didn't look human. He said, no, it didn't look human to me either. So they both walks over there on that side. And when they walks over there on that side, they said they both, now these are their words, they both could see this creature walking downstream. Then it bears off to the left side this time and then runs up in the tree line. And that was the last time that they seen this, you know. So they standing there talking, trying to contemplate what the hell was it. Said, man, it looked like a Doug standing up on 2 feet. That's what it looked like to me. You know, he said, man, well, I know I seen something jump off of that bridge when I was pulling up, you know. So the guy that pulled up behind him, he had went on and left. But the other guy stood there because, see, now he curious. He wanted to see this thing again. But then, you know, rationalization kicked in. He said, man, I'm not going to stay here because I don't know what that thing is capable of. But like I said, he said that thing looked like, you know, looked like a giant Doug. You know, it had the Doug features and it had the human features outside of the legs and the head of a Doug. But the chest area and all that, it looked completely human. And that was his encounter. It was a small encounter. I just wanted to give that to you. Hope you like it. And I'm getting ready to check and see what else I got for you guys. But I hope you like it. And thank you. And if you get a chance, you know, subscribe to my channel. You know what I mean? Put the likes in. You know, give me some comment. You know, push those views. And thank you a lot. And I hope everyone enjoyed their New Year.